Hi everyone, welcome to Raise to Rise podcast, a place where we discuss bite-sized wisdom nuggets with easy-to-follow practices to live a better life. Raise to Rise podcast is supported by Ayurvedic Seva. Ayurvedic Seva is an herbal dietary supplement line set out to change the industry by dedicating the company to quality, safety, and holistic approach on making the wellness journey safe, healthy, and natural. If you want to start adding some natural herbs in your life, then head over to ayurvedicseva.com and use our promo code Raise to Rise for 30% discount. Once again, it's ayurvedicseva.com and use our promo code Raise to Rise for 30% discount. I am your host, Mital Patel, a parenting junkie, Ayurveda enthusiast, and an advocate of conscious living. Hello, friends. Welcome to our corner of the internet and the sacred space for our today's conscious chat. So, if you are new here, I would really highly encourage that you go and visit our episode 57 because we have started to look into the 5 foundational practices for the Zen approach, for the conscious approach of, or living conscious life. Last week, we talked about how can we get started in living in present moment. And so last week we looked at the do one thing at a time. And today we're going to look into a different practice. But before I dive in deeper, how are you, everyone? How are you really doing in this unprecedented time? I hope you're all doing well, and I'm sending you so much love, so much care, so much strength in whatever you're doing right now at this very moment. I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for inspiring me. And thank you for raising your consciousness and to rise as joyful beings, right? I really appreciate for all of you for taking the time out from your busy schedules and focusing on yourself. So let's talk about what's our today's topic. So today, I want to talk about me time, right? Devoting some time for ourselves, devoting that time for sitting. You may call it a meditation. You may call it a me time. You may call it anything, the Zen time, whatever you want to call it. So just set some time for yourself. Devote some time for your self-care, right? It's so necessary for us to carve out some time each day for ourselves to meditate, so where we can sit, at least for 20 minutes, if not longer. And I don't know if you've ever heard this, but they say that you should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day. Unless you're too busy, then you should definitely sit for an hour. Don't quote me for this. I don't know who said this, but I've heard this. And I have actually even noticed and practiced for over these past 2 years that when I do my meditation for at least for 20 minutes, I am mindful throughout the day, right? I am able to keep it cool throughout the day. But the days when I'm interrupted or the days when I have something going on or somebody knocked on the door, those are the days. I know how it feels. So I hope you all can take and the other thing, if scientifically, if you say, and they say it too, we all have to do just take 1% of our time. We get 24 hours a day. Can we take 24 minutes for ourselves? That's it. And it's called investing 1% of your time and gaining 99% back. Right? So I'm sure when it comes to the margin calculator of profits, the profit goes like if you spend 1% or if you invest 1%, you get 99% back in return. Now, come on, who would not want this, right? So I highly, highly, highly recommend that we all need to spend at least 1% of our time daily for meditation, for our me time, to sit with our thoughts, to sit with ourselves, right? And to begin with, if you're struggling and because you've never done it or your schedule's too tight, just, and if it doesn't allow that much time, then even 5 minutes a day, we can all start with that 5 minutes, because I understand I am a very, very Vata energy. So I can't initially I couldn't sit for 20 minutes at a time. So I started then I started 10 minutes and it didn't work for me either. So then I started 2 minutes a day. Just 2 minutes, I would put my timer on, sit for 2 minutes, then it gradually increased 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, 15, 20. Right now, I can even go for an hour, but only on some days because, hey, 2020 this is, right? We've got pandemic, we've got work, we've got homeschool, we've got to do the home cooking, cleaning, and things like that. So I understand it's not, it's not practical enough. It's not possible. But even if we take those 5 minutes out right now from our busy schedules, it can be beneficial, right? And trust me, it can be very illuminating to add up the time when we spend the time on gaming, on our phones, or surfing through the internet, Instagram, Facebook. Like, have you noticed, we start on those, what is that tab called? Watch, right? On Facebook. You start watching that one video and then the second comes and the third comes and you'll keep going. Doesn't matter, because they have the Facebook has a strategy. If you're looking just for personal development, it's going to give you all those personal development videos. And we might think hey, I'm watching personal development. What's wrong in it? But trust me, my friends, it all adds up. Do we really need it in that moment, right? Can we put our phone away and can we just sit with our thought for 5 minutes? Can we journal or something like that? And all these times add up, like watching TV, or just surfing through for example, even on Instagram, right? I have noticed that I went there to post something, and then 10 minutes later, I'm still on the Instagram feed, I'm checking how these marketing strategies work, or how these, even though it's necessary, but the time that I'm doing, in that moment, was not necessary. I could set time just for my marketing research I could schedule in my calendar and sit at that time, right? So we just have to be very mindful about carving the me time, about the meditation time, and be intentional about set an intention. And what I have done is I have been experimenting on devoting this time, to sitting instead of surfing through my internet, surfing through my social medias. So what I would do is I have tried sitting at the same time every day. I've experimented what time works best for me. And after 2 years, I can tell you, first thing in the morning, right after my prayers, works best for me. And if I don't get that time, I kind of get cranky, because I have attached some expectations with myself, which is also not right. So that's another topic that we can dive deep into. But for now, I would highly recommend that you all set a same time every day and have a special place, just that one corner. We don't have to have that Zen corner where you need a meditation cushions, or you need, you don't need all that fanciness that we see out on the internet, but any corner in your room. So I have a prayer room, and I just have this chair. I tell myself I have a hard time sitting on the floor. So I just have this cushion chair meditation. It doesn't have to be. You can just take a simple pillow and just, that corner, the chair just stays there. So I just sit there, and you can have incense around you if you want candle, if that makes you feel a little if you like to create that environment, you may do so. I don't do any of those. I just have my meditation cushion and the chair, and that's it. But you can perhaps, create your altar you can have fresh flowers, a candle, incense, like I said, or you can have your little music playing in the background or play a guided meditation. And main thing, set a timer. I like to back in the days, I never set a timer, and then I used to be very, I would be curious. Did I do for 20 minutes? How long is it? Oh, is it time to go to work? Is it time for my breakfast? Things like that. So I started putting a timer, and I hope you can try, you can try all these different things and see what works for you, because what works for me doesn't have to work for you, right? So I set the timer on my phone so I don't have to keep checking my clock. I also place my phone on an airplane mode so I don't get those phone calls and text messages. I don't know if that works for a notification, to be honest, because I don't have notifications on my phone at all. So, I hope the airplane mode also works for notifications. So, now that I'm thinking, it should, right? Because we're turning off all the Wi-Fi and internet and everything. So, yeah, do that so you don't have any interruptions while you're doing that. So, yeah, my friends, try if any of these things work for you, and let me know how it goes, because I really believe in setting this meditation time, or the mindfulness time first thing in the morning. Well, that's what I've tried, so that's why I'm saying that first thing in the morning works better for me. I hope it works for you as well, and it would help us live a conscious life, right? And create our living Zen style. So let me know how this works for you, and let me know if you're able to create this foundational practice of creating or setting that me time for yourself, doing that meditation. So yeah, I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for listening to me. Thanks for listening to Raise to Rise podcast. We would absolutely love to hear your thoughts about today's episode. Please let me know you have listened to this episode and fill me with your aha moment. Share it on Instagram, tag me with hashtag Raise to Rise or at Raise to Rise, and I would love to share those to my stories and shout you out there. I would also love if you can subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. It's our brand new podcast launch, and we have some bonus giveaways going on for the top raters and reviewers. Also, I would love to send you my 7-day parenting journal absolutely for free. All you gotta do is leave me a review in the iTunes store, take a screenshot, and email it over at raisetorisepodcast@gmail.com. Again, take a screenshot of the review and email me at raisetorisepodcast@gmail.com, and I will send you the 7-day parenting journal absolutely for free. Thank you so much for being the active listener of this podcast. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for raising your consciousness and rising as joyful beings.